How is everybody? Well, I hope this light behind me is overcast, cloudy skies. I hope I have a decent connection. The temperatures are balmy, 30 something, maybe 35, 40. No wind. And I'm sitting here at Wally World. Wally World! Uh, and it's packed. It's a madhouse in there. I haven't been inside. There's a few things I need. Need to get a few cans of the old what they call sardines. I like sardines. Give me a few cans of those, and I need some black pillowcases. I really want a zippered pillowcase because I find my pillow coming off from time to time. But that's just something I wanted to touch. Just let you know where I was and what I was doing. But what I had on my mind today is, as I was sitting here, just looking out the window, just watching all the people, and I thought to myself, how many of these people, my fellow humans, are afraid of their destiny? Or do they even know they have a destiny? You never know what somebody's mind is going is at, But I'm a big believer in that each and every one of us has a destiny, a predetermined destiny, not to the exact, not to just the point to where it's precise. It can be altered, modified, but it's still generalized. You have a destiny to help others, to also be happy yourself, and to get help from others. I just generalize it as that, because if you're not happy, and I know a lot of people may not per se just be happy with their current situation. Sometimes that has to happen. But you should definitely be striving and pushing every day, be it mentally, definitely in the physical realm, pushing yourself towards that goal. We must keep goals. If I talk to a lot of people that's just beginning in the beginning stages of the travel lifestyle, the adventure lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, um, self sustainability, tent living, tent life, camping, hiking, even hunters lately. But that's a whole nother ballgame. But with that being said, you want to be headed in the right direction. Is what I'm going on. The direction you want to be headed in the direction of your destiny. You want to be headed in the direction of your destiny, and that's just that's a nice Honda. That's just the way it is, and that's what I believe. That's what I feel. And if you're not pushing yourself in the direction of your destiny, then you're just wasting time that you don't have. Merry Christmas, R.C. Robinson. Hey, R.C., how you doing? Merry Christmas. I got a delay. It's popping up delayed, so please forgive me. There's no audio? Uh-oh. That's not good. I don't know why. Hold on. Just thank you, R.C. I see why. Give me just a minute. course. No, no audio. The Bluetooth had disconnected. Okay. RC, how about the audio now? Still no sound? How about now? How about now, RC? RC, can you hear me? This thing works when it want to work. Still no sound? Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. You sure about that, RC? I don't. I think you're the only one in here. There's no other way for me to know if I got sound. You're the only lifeline I got out there, RC. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep talking. Maybe somebody else. If I have two confirmed no sounds, then I'm gonna kill it and try to redo something else. But um, you just gotta be pushing yourself in the right direction. You know, and it's not always easy to do. Um, it takes a lot of soul searching. Sometimes it takes a lot of mental strength. You have to evaluate your whole life sometimes. Reevaluate your whole life, sometimes. Are you doing the right thing? You know, what steps do you need to take to put yourself on the path to the right direction? If it's getting a van, and I've said this same kind of speech before in a similar context about taking baby steps to get to the larger steps. And you have to say that, because you have people coming in. People might already heard it, but you got new people coming in that hadn't heard it. So, it's good to go over these things again. And it's also for me, myself, because we can become complacent and get kind of lost in the journey and kind of, forget the direction that you should be going in. And I really wish this overcast is really messing me up because I can't see anything. But that's really what I wanted to say. As I get ready to go in this store and get some things, and everything I get normally goes toward my lifestyle. It'll be something that I need, not something that I'm going to hoard or store, but something that I'll actually use on a regular basis. You know, and it takes some mental fortitude to challenge yourself to do things that others can't do or not willing to do due to the fact that they're afraid and just don't understand. So they just live a mediocre existence. you know it's all depending on what you want to do. But I hope the audio is functioning to get this message out. I really hope it's functioning. And we're going to get out of here and get some things. Get these black pillowcases. I know they got zippered pillowcases somewhere. I mean, I never seen one, but man, if I had to put a zipper on it myself. Oh, it's working fine? Oh, thanks, RC. I appreciate it, man. I sure appreciate it, because I had no idea if it was working or not. But, you know, and for instance, you know, I like to stay on topic. For instance, you know, like I said, putting yourself in the right direction. If you, let's just take for instance, if you live in, I'm gonna say, let's just pick a city out. If you live in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, okay, good old Hopkinsville, Kentucky native. It's a mild climate. They get winters, they get summers. You know, they kind of get the gambit. They get rain, they get heat in Hopkinsville. They get snow. They get pretty much some of everything in Hopkinsville. Wind, storms, extreme heat, extreme cold, all that. And you planned on living in, let's just say, Wasilla, Alaska. I happen to know people in both places. You're planning on moving from Hopkinsville or traveling from Hopkinsville, Kentucky to Wasilla, Alaska. Or vice versa. If you are living in Wasilla, Alaska and plan on traveling to Hopkinsville, Kentucky, you need to, how you gonna do it? You know, I don't think you'll hike it. Let's just put this scenario. Say for instance you're in an RV. You got a small RV. Say for instance I didn't go extreme with the van because it takes so much building. So I went with something that's already built like a Dolphin, like a little Toyota Dolphin. Now going to Wasilla in that Dolphin, you know that it gets pretty cold in Wasilla sometimes. So you're gonna need to have proper heat. You need to make sure that Dolphin's insulated. You might want to reinforce the insulation. You know, take it a little further than what it's already what's already at. You want to make sure your windows aren't drafty. You want to make sure that everything's sealed properly. You want to make sure the tires are new. Your suspension is up to par. All the alamites and all the front end moving components have been oiled and greased and are in proper working condition. You want to make sure you have the proper clothing attire. You want to make sure you got sweaters, hoodies, socks, all this good stuff. You want to make sure the liquids in the vehicle are correct so there won't be any freeze-ups or nothing like that. You want to make sure you got hats. You want to make sure your immune system is up to par. You want to make sure your diet is correct. That's going to help out a lot. These ads popping up all the time. You know, so you just want to make sure you got a, you know, I know you got a, I think those little Dolphins have furnaces. So you want to make sure you got a backup. You know, I suggest like a buddy heater or one of those Wave 2s or whatever, those catalytic ones, you know. Or something like that, a backup heat, you know, or something that you can increase the heat in there if you needed to. Just stuff like that. Gloves, winter gloves, a good outside pair of gloves and a good just warm pair of gloves. If your generator, make sure it's working properly. In those Dolphins, I don't know if they have an onboard generator, but I would definitely suggest if it did not have an onboard, get you snag you one of those little 2000 little suitcase generators. I highly recommend that. So that's what I mean by preparation. as well as source the job market. If you don't have the income, source the job market up there. Make sure you'll be able to do something when you get there to revenue some income, because you're gonna have to eat, you know. And if you don't have that already figured out, uh, might even be helpful to know where soup kitchens and stuff are up there, because you never know. You might have a rocky start when you first get there. You might need do something like that. Local churches and stuff like that. You got the dolphins, so that's no problem with shelter. You brought your shelter with you, right? So food is the next thing. You got the dolphin. If you could, if you have a rocky start, you know, you could get a little help that way if it was necessary, right? Um, and let me tell you something. Do your best. And I know this has become engraved in our society in the States. Do your best to stay away from fast food restaurants. I know they're such a temptation. They're easy. They're convenient. They play right along into our society fabric. But when you're traveling like that, if you have your budget is okay, then it's just for your health purposes. Stay away, but it's not going to affect you as much as you have a great budget. You have a lot of cash or something like that. But for the common man that's budgeting, those restaurants that eat your life. And once you become accustomed to them, or need I say, once you become addicted to them, to those restaurants, you'll find yourself falling back on it every single time you get hungry. And you don't want to get into that. Especially when traveling, you'll be able to save a lot of extra cash by leaving those places alone. And you might say, well, I don't have refrigeration. Well, that's, again, in your baby steps towards your goal, you might want to consider adding some type of refrigeration. Be it a little Dometic CF18 or a bigger one, or if you got the space, or what's in the Dolphin if they have one. Uh, have it. Make sure it's in the proper working order. Ice chest. It'll suffice really good in the wintertime. Summertime, not so much. You just want to have options. Options to stay away from the fast food places. You can eat a lot of vegetables, fresh if you want. Stuff that don't spoil outside the fridge. Just keep that in mind. Stay away from all the salts, all that good stuff that's not good for you. And you'll be fine. But that's a good tip, and it's a good advice. Trust me. If you can wean yourself off, even if it's a battle, even if it's something that you struggle with, don't give up. Don't give up. You might say, well, I quit eating the fast food for 2 or 3 months. Then I fell back on it. I feel weak, and I fell back into it. And okay, well, try to fight your way out of it again, and get back off of it. If you keep fighting, eventually you're gonna win. Just don't give up. Don't give up. Do not give up. You get your nest egg established, and you do your thing. You know what you got to do. It's enough information online about people doing all type of things. And, a lot of guys, show you the beauty and all this kind of stuff. And true enough, it can be quite beautiful. There's a van pulling up with 2 ladies in it. We're just putting up, take a break or something. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, they're getting out. They're throwing stuff out of the door onto the ground. Ridiculous, I don't understand that either. I know I'm getting off the subject, but she opened the door just to throw her drink cup out of the door onto the ground. Just trifling. I definitely wasn't raised like that. Just pick up after yourself, man. You brought the trash, It's garbage. I'm at Walmart. There are garbage cans all over the freaking parking lot. There's people like that suck. I was just kidding. Yeah, they suck. Yeah. Anyway, they officially suck. Anyway, what I'm saying is, you know, like I said, let me get back on subject. Like I said, putting yourself in the right, in the right, pointing yourself in the right direction to live your destiny, to fulfill your destiny, and that'll make you happy. You know, you deserve to be happy. You know what you want. Pray about it. You know, it'll happen. It has to happen. You know, uh, it's just that simple. Just that simple. You might not see how it's gonna happen, but it will. Because when I started, I pointed myself in the right direction. Baby steps. Baby steps. Some people got enough cash they could go out and buy, nice Mercedes Sprinter vans and have it all fixed up in 2 or 3 weeks. That's wonderful. But that's not the case for everybody. Those people, they just, fortunate to not really have to worry about that. So, but some of us, like myself, had to really dig and scrape and really make it happen. A lot of, you know, you absolutely your own everything put into it from start, from the very beginning. It all starts in the mind, of course. Then you just progress. If you have to pick up something here or there, make it a reality. You can see that. You know what I mean? Once you purchase something, or giving something or make something, whatever the case may be, you have turned that thought into a reality all on your own. I told one guy, and you can't give up. You might see some people pass you, like a lightning bolt, and they might be growing so fast as far as all the things they're getting and stuff for the vehicle, or they might just be gifted a vehicle, and here you sit and you're struggling. You know what I mean? To get it done. Don't give up. Don't give up. Regardless of the struggle, you have something very common with everybody out there. You're pointing yourself in the right direction. That's the first step, and your struggle might make you appreciate it that much more than the person that it was just dropped on, Not to take nothing away from that person, but I'm not leaving you in the dark either. Now, my journey has been a long beginning, more or less. It took a year before I acquired the actual vehicle that I wanted. Has to be the vehicle that you want too. Don't get into settling, That's not a good idea. I passed up dozens of trucks, to get to the right one. When you find the right one, you'll know it's the right one, More or less it'll pick you, So that's if you're into vans. You might be into trailers. You might be into RVs. Dude, let me tell you, with the power of the internet, stuff like Facebook Marketplace and all this kind of stuff, you can really get out there and find stuff that you would almost be impossible to find 10, 15 years ago, That's beautiful, I think that's amazing. I get on Marketplace, quite a bit, just looking around, and I find stuff that I don't really want, but I'm like, if I did, it'd be perfect, right? School buses, all that kind of stuff, I see school buses in there all the time, $2,000. I saw one short school bus with 60,000 miles on it. That was 100,000 miles on it. It was a short school bus. I don't know what you call those. It was factory everything. It had 100,000 miles on it, and the guy wanted 2,500 for it, or best off. Big diesel engine in it. I saw a long school bus. I see them for 2,000, 3,000 all the time. The longer ones. I see church buses. Uh, saw ambulance for 2,000, 2,100, and it really piqued my interest. I must admit, was not in the budget. Was not planning on getting an ambulance, but I piqued my interest. The diesel motor piqued my interest because I'm kind of into diesels, you know. And this thing had 120,000, 120 something thousand, about between 120 and 150,000, I think 138,000 miles on it. It was a diesel. It was a Ford. Um, it was an ambulance from like not a hospital, but one of those medical services, you know, that like take like elderly people from place to place or something like that. And the only problem, the guy said the guy said that it had some type of a fuel issue with the fuel delivery or something. It cranked up and ran, but it gets a certain speed, it would act up. So that kind of scared me a little bit. Know quite a bit about mechanics of gasoline. Don't really know a lot about diesel mechanics. You know, didn't really grow up around a lot of diesels. My pop did have a diesel, but you know, I didn't spend a lot of time working on it. You know, Merry Christmas, Chris. How you doing? So you know, kind of shied away from it and left it alone. But you know, again, point yourself in the right direction. Baby steps. Everybody has a different idea of what the right direction. Well, it only can be one right direction, but everybody has a different idea of what their specific travel style will be. Me, I'm into vans. Chances are I'll be in the vans for quite some time. Now, I do like small RVs. I do like. I don't really. You know, trailers are okay. I've thought about them from time to time. It'll be easy to build because you're starting with a flat, easy surface, just a blank canvas to do your own thing. You know, you know. But with a trailer, you got to kind of really be out there big time, full time, in wide open spaces because you know, if you dip it in cities and stuff like that, trailers are just not really city friendly. I mean, it could be done. Anything can be done. You just have to be a little more strategic about your parking spots. School buses, you know, they're long and huge, so you just have to take that, you know, for what it's worth, and you know, just kinda, if you want to get it, I mean, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, you know, outside of a tent, you know, you can't take a tent to a city. It's not gonna fit in no matter what you do. Unless you're at a city park in the daytime, or tents belong out in camping areas. You know, that's just no way around that. You know, plus safety issues. You're in the city. You want some. You know, tents too easy to manipulate it. You know, just can't do the tent unless you're in some friend's backyard or something like that. But in a vehicle, bus, trailer, RV, van, all that good stuff. You know, you got the hard side, you got the versatility, the safety. You put that stuff together and you're good to go. So point yourself in the right direction, y'all. Work on it. Fight for it. You know, if you got too much stuff, well, you know, I wish I could sugarcoat it. There ain't no way around it. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go, man. It's holding you back, you gotta let it go. If it's making your life uncomfortable, inconvenient, and holding you back from your destiny, you gotta let it go. Don't let materialistic things stand in the way of your destiny. Because I can guarantee you're taking none of that stuff with you when you leave. Take pictures of pictures, put it online. If you got books, try to find them on a digital format. Got too many clothes, dig deep, soul search, and get rid of them. or build you some kind of space for them or something. Uh, just got to keep going in that direction. That's putting you. That's the right direction. That's the path. You know. Don't sweat the small stuff. I broke my garbage can earlier. Well, I was climbing on. I was trying to get on top of the roof to see about a storage box that I don't have, but just trying to look up there. I know it'll fit, but uh, this had to be the right height. It can't be too tall. That's my only problem. But and it has to justify the mean. It has to be big enough to actually hold some things. You know what I mean? That's why I'm kind of considering building my own storage box up top. At first, up top. Turned out it's going to be. Sometimes things just morph into something. Let me close this. It's getting kind of cold. Sometimes things just morph. Feet too big. Sometimes things just morph into something. Sometimes things just morph into something, right? You'll start out with this idea, and it'll just kind of turn into something else. Still very valuable. Still very user friendly. You know. Let me read this, what Chris says. All right, Chris, Merry Christmas. Okay, thanks, RC. Okay, it says amen. I have read 10 25. Don't go away. Oh, no doubt, Chris. So you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Well, I've been through it myself, so you already know. And I'm sure a lot more people that have viewed this video have gone through the same thing or going through the same thing. I had, you know, I went down from a it was a modest 2-bedroom country house down to a 2-bedroom suburb apartment down to a 1-room I guess it was called a studio apartment, and then of course the van. So you saw the progression. And along the way, I was getting rid of stuff, and it took forever, man, because I had a lot of stuff, man. Extra vehicles, toys, boats. I had all that stuff. I had to get rid of so much stuff, you know. It's crazy. And it's just something you have to do. There's no other way. You know, there's no other way unless you're gonna be throwing away so much money in it. You know, just storing it. I paid for a storage over a year with stuff in it. You know, and I don't know, $100 a month, $1,200. I don't, you know, it ended up getting rid of everything. Plus a vehicle that was in storage. It was like another $60, like $160 a month, just holding on to stuff. You know, I did it, man. I understand. I've been through that, man. So I get it. It'll stand in your way like nobody's business. And you're constantly worrying about it. You're constantly coming up. You're constantly thinking about it. Now let it go. Once you get used to letting it go, man, it gets easier and easier. You know, it gets easier and easier. Not overnight. It might take 10 or 15. It may take 10 or 15 things, 20 things to let go before it starts to become a little easier. But like I said, it becomes easier and easier. Then you become good at it. But I'll tell you one thing. It also will intensify. Like when you finally get rid of a lot of things, and you really don't have much to get rid of. Now those things, if they don't justify the means, those things that are left, now they actually can become extremely difficult to get rid of at that point again. So it's kind of a constant struggle in a sense, you know. Especially if things that have sentimental value, they can become extremely difficult to part with. So you just want to keep that in mind, and you know, that's it. Oh, okay, got more here. I mean, yeah, I never went in and filled the rooms. I just I go in there and forget what's. Oh, okay, this is how I look again. Okay, you're right, Chris. If you want to go in that direction, You know that direction you want to go in. You see it. You see the road, and you know what you have to do to go down the road, man. It may not be easy, but you gotta do it. You be glad you did. You sitting back thinking about that stuff, and you're not missing any of it. Like you don't even remember what you had. You didn't miss it. You never loved it. It was just a roadblock. You know, a roadblock in front of your happiness and your future. You know, we have to let go. We have to let go. Well, it's holiday time, and I want to put that on people's mind because it's on my mind, and that's just the way it is. I got some things I got to part with right now. They're nowhere near the things I used to have to deal with, like whole rooms full of stuff, whole storage units full of stuff, you know. Uh, just a little bag, 2 or 3 little bags, 2 little Walmart bags, and I still feel the anxiety from getting rid of them. And a few of the things I have actually purchased, they weren't good purchases. They were at the time. Like sometimes things cancel other things out. Like the generator. First, I built the generator, a little funnel with a strainer on it, because I had some piece of rubber that was off inside my gas can that came with around the top of it, and I was like, man, I don't want to make a mistake and pour any trash in my generator, right? So I built a little strainer. It worked okay sometimes. It wouldn't. Sometimes it gave a splash back out on me. I didn't like that. So I was at a tool place and I saw one with a built-in strainer. It was a funnel with a built-in strainer. It even had a little thing that lets you know when the gas is getting full. It will pop out so you would stop, because sometimes I would overfill it by accident. So needless to say, that funnel cost like $4. When I got that funnel, it canceled the other one out. That's an example. Now I didn't need that one because I had this one. It was a little better. So I'm using it. It was working okay. Every now and then it wouldn't give me a false reading on the gas filter. It still would overfill. Sometimes. Not as much as it did before. But it was something I had to keep up with. The funnel, I had to keep the funnel clean. I had to, a funnel, right? And, I had to find somewhere to put it, and that was easily accessible, because I was summertime, and I was, filling up the gas tank about once every, the generator about once every, depending on how much I run it, it holds 1.5 gallons of gas, so it was about every other day. And I couldn't just store this thing away because I was constantly using it. Well, my gas can sucked. The rubber head came all the way, and it was fuming. I could smell it. It sucked, so they replaced the gas can. Okay, so I had, on the overland channels I was hanging out on, I'm hanging out on the overland channel, talking to the overland guys about lifts and all this kind of stuff. No, I don't have 4-wheel drive, but I still was hanging out with them because it's an interesting lifestyle they live. So I'm chatting with them, and they're telling about my gas can. I'm on a forum or something. And they started talking about the Rotopacks. I had never heard about Rotopack. Didn't know what a Rotopack was. So I looked it up, and it's these super duper tough gas cans called Rotopacks. The overland guys use them quite a bit. They're like this super thick plastic that doesn't expand, like how some of your gas cans will expand and swell up. You can see it. They don't do that because of the way they're designed, and they're super thick. I don't know how thick they are. They're tough, and they come in these real storage-friendly shapes, like flat and tall. They don't take up as much space, And they have these mounting systems that you can mount through the middle of them. They're real cool, but they're expensive. A gas can might cost you, 3-gallon might cost you, $20 at Wally World. These Rotopacks gonna cost you about 3 times as much. It might cost $60 to $70. And I think they have I don't know about the guarantee or whatever, but I just fell in love with these things. I'm like, oh man, I could carry 3 gallons upright. It could be stored against here, out of the way. I don't have to worry about it fuming and all that. Well, needless to say, I contacted people and I ended up getting one. And I do not regret it. Actually, I want another one. But those things are expensive, man. They ain't trying to cut you no breaks. I want a water one because I got a 5 gallon water container. But the problem with the 5 gallon water container, I didn't see this. If you're not right in a really stationary spot, that 5 gallon container can become cumbersome. It's really difficult to, like, if you just need some water on a daily basis, it's 5 gallons, so you just can't, unless you're a Superman, picking it up and pouring it is not a piece of cake. And it's just hard to move around because it's just a little too much water. If you're moving around a lot, if you're at a camp somewhere where you're stationary for 4 or 5 days, 3 or 4 days, it's perfect for that. But if you're moving around, you need to get just a little bit out from time to time, maybe you know, to brush your teeth, take a quick wash up or something like that. It's just big. It's just heavy. So, needless to say, the Rotopax guys, they make one. I wish they made. My hold up is they make a 2.5 gallon one, which I guess they might feel that's adequate, but I wanted a 3 gallon one. 3 gallon is just enough for me to be able to maneuver around on a regular basis and not be straining or be cumbersome. Oftentimes with that 5 gallon, I would waste water because it was just so heavy, and I would try to pick it up and pour it, and it was waste. It's just crazy. And I still got it. I like to take it and mount it like I like to take it and I want to keep it, maybe mount it under the truck. You know what I'm saying? For water storage when I am at a camp. I got it with me where I can, if I know I'm gonna be somewhere for several days, get 10 gallons of water. You know what I mean? I like to build some straps under there and mount it under there. You know, maybe 2 under there. That's pretty cool. I got space under there to do that actually too. It's pretty cool. And if I can figure that out. But uh, that's it. That's it on that. But I'd like to have on inboard. Well, like I said, my sink should be operational soon again. Which it's kind of bittersweet because my tent sits right there. I got the 12 by 10 tent, which is I love it. It's awesome. Um, 12 by 10 tent sits right there, and it's not. It's heavy. It's heavy. It's 100 pounds. The bigger your tent, it's just the way it is. There's just no way around it. And it sits right above my water tank for the sink. So needless to say, I'm gonna have to build some type of way to fill that tank without opening, because I want to keep that tank. I like that. I like having the ability to turn on a sink when water running out of it. I like that. Could I get away without it? Absolutely can. Absolutely could get away without it. I just like it. You know. So, you know, especially when I'm brushing teeth, I like having water to rinse my toothbrush and stuff out. And I like being able to just hit a switch and get some water to wipe my face. You know what I mean? Uh, I just like that. It's cool. Um, so I want to keep it. I probably put a lot of work into making it. I want to keep it. I don't even know how it works. I don't even know how the water gets over there. Oh yeah, I ran last to it anyway. Um, so I think I'm gonna build maybe like a access tube, that would be like watertight, and maybe like a funnel system where I could just pour water in there, until I see water coming out of the access tube, like you do forklifts or something, like when you water batteries. And a lot of you ain't been around forklifts, you don't know about it, but forklifts have an access tube where you hook up and you hook up to a water hose, a special connection, and water goes in there. And when water's going in, you can see this little thing spinning. Then when it fills up, the thing stops spinning, so you know to stop. Something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll just go on a visual. They might sell something like that. They might actually sell that hookup. Uh, I'm sure I can figure something out to keep from opening it up. Just seal it with some good silicone. Make sure there ain't no leaks and nothing like that. Even if the water stays in the tube, just to keep that thing full, man. That'd be perfect, because it doesn't leak. It doesn't leak right now. Uh, it doesn't leak, so you know, I don't know. I think it will work. I need to check it, make sure it's not leaking. I had to open it up in months, but I'm keeping the tent. I'm not. Too many summers I'm at a camp, and I like to get out. The van's cool, but I like to get out and be able to walk around inside of a tent. It's a cool factor, like nobody's business. You know what I mean? You know, to have a space, you know what I mean, or that you could, be just hang out in with friends and stuff like that, and not be inside here. I don't always want people in here. You know what I mean? Just get out in the tent, man. You know what I mean? If you throw up, you throw up out there. You know what I'm saying? you know, it's just a cool factor with it. So, how long have I been talking? Almost 46 minutes. Woo. You tell I ain't got nothing to do, huh? Anyway, uh, that's what we're working with. That's what we're working with. So, putting yourself in the right direction. Like I said, I wanted that tent. That was putting myself in the direction that I wanted to go in. I said, well, I acquired the tent. You know, uh, you just keep getting stuff. You gotta put yourself in that direction. You gotta acquire these things to make it happen. You know, you don't have to have things. Things just make it easier. you know, it gives you a little bit of freedom and cushion to really make it happen. It don't take a lot. It don't take a lot. It don't take a lot at all. A lot of people know me. Like, okay, say for instance, I got a saw, right? I got a saw. I've had a lot of saws in my day, but this saw here is just it's a power saw. I'll show it to you. It's a power saw. It's a no cheap saw, power saw. They get them for $20, $25 at a pawn shop. Maybe $40 at a store. I don't know. Maybe not that much. That's a skill. Not a top brand, no DeWalt, no Makita. I've had all of those. Bought a DeWalt new, found a Makita one day, abandoned in an old garage. I don't know if the guys worked on it, just forgot it, loaded up and forgot to get it. I think that's what happened, Um, Milwaukee, I've had all the top brands, man. No big deal. And for the work that I do now, I mean, little cut here, cut there. This saw is overkill for me. It's overkill. It's really overkill. You have to have a power cord ran to it. That means I have to fire the generator up. I can't run it off solar. My system's down right now because my battery has completely failed. But when my battery was up, I could run it off solar. Um, my inverter is also not working properly. It worked for several years, eventually quit working. I don't really have the need for it because I got rid of that lamp and I just run my LED lights off the wall now. And they virtually use no energy, And I got another camp light now that I got the tent that's rechargeable. Camp lantern, rechargeable. USB. So, I mean, the need for, I was trying to go all DC anyway, pointing myself in that direction. I can always come back to topic when I say all these things, a lot of things I discuss, I'm pointing myself in that direction. So, getting rid of the AC, really, the lantern is gone, AC lantern. I mean, the inverter, I want to have an inverter. I actually do have an inverter, but at least a 300 to 400 watt inverter, just because, like I said, the one I have it works sometimes, it doesn't work sometimes. Might have been because of the power issues with the battery. I don't know. We'll probably just leave it where it's at. Get the battery, see if it works, and just leave it there. We won't use it until I'm going to run maybe some. I don't know. I don't know what I can run from it, but because 90% of the stuff I got now, 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 is DC. I'm at 95% DC now. 95, maybe 98. I think I have one AC item left that probably can run off DC with the proper conversion. You know, I think because the motor is just a standard fixed motor. I don't know. I don't know if I do that though, because it's really for the tent. It's a small tube fan that they use to do those little things that do that. I got one of those fans, and it's really for the tent. You know, to have inside the tent to not really just to circulate air inside the tent. If that was ever necessary to circulate air wherever I want to circulate, it's kind of loud. It's really just an air mover too. But I need another fan. I thought that fan would because I have a big fan, big round industrial kind of portable fan that's amazing in the summertime when you're camping. You could be in a heavily mosquito infested wooded area, and this fan creates so much turbulent air that mosquitoes as long as you're in front of the fan, you're not gonna get bit. You know. And I wanted another one like that. It's kind of cumbersome to carry. I'm in the process of trying to figure out a way to build up maybe a platform. I can always store it on top. It'll probably be what I do. Probably just get like build like some type of bag or some kind of a weatherproof bag to zip it up in and just throw it up on top. You know what I mean? And munge it down. You just leave it up there. I don't think I'd have a problem. You know, that fan alone will keep the mosquitoes off. You know, and then with the backup fan, the smaller one, which I may keep, may not keep. I mean, it's small. I can actually put it in here, and it turns quite a bit of air. That's why I like it because it's small enough to be in here. Only thing about it is AC, so the cord had to run outside to the generator or which is okay. It's okay. Um, so all that stuff you have to have in mind. Again, pointing myself in the right direction. Uh, just like this saw, I ran into an issue today. My wood, that the garbage inside the truck, the little garbage can is bolted to the wall. I was on the roof. I went to step down. The door has blew a little closed with the wind, and I caught it just right as I was coming down with my butt and ripped the doggone. Hey, the garbage can stayed on, but the wood pulled away from the wall. So now the garbage can sits like this, and all that wood is come off of the wall of the door that's exposed, and it's just stapled up there. It's just stapled up there. So I looked at it, and it's in bad shape. It's rotten. It's old. It's broken in several places, and it's just old. And it's just time to take it all off and build a new piece of wood there to screw my garbage can there because I like the garbage can being there. So I'm gonna just get a piece of plywood, maybe some quarter-inch plywood, screw up there. I'm gonna screw it on there this time, and maybe stain it or paint it brown, to make it look aesthetically pleasing, and screw the garbage cans in. But you gotta cut the wood. It's not gonna come in the perfect shape. So I need a saw. Say for instance, right now, if I wanted to, fix it right now, I couldn't because actually I could. I could crank the generator up, plug the saw up to it, make my cuts, which would be loud. It's extra work for me. I'm getting older. I try to make things easier. Uh, it could be done. You know, just look at what I have to go through to do it. It's no big deal. I could run a stitching cord, crank the generator up, make my cuts, put it all back up. It's done, right? Right. So it could be done. And they never said it couldn't be done. But as I get older, I try to look for easier ways to do things. And I'm here now at Wally World, of course. Reason why I came, because I'm not going to stay here. I came to go look at a saw that I had been looking at for about I don't know, it's probably 5 or 6 months now. 4 to 6 months I've been looking at this saw. I've been dealing with this company called Hyper Tough. What up? What up? What up? Sir Zachary Duvall, what's up? Mr. Musket, hey, what's up? Uh, this actually is considered a raised roof. I guess you wouldn't consider it a high top. To answer your question, Mr. Muskie, I absolutely have considered a high top, and I almost got one a few months back. Uh, One thing about a high top, when you get it, you want to make sure that's it, because they're not cheap. Um, it's a company out of, I don't know, Bob Wells, but everybody know Bob Wells. If you don't, you should check out his stuff. He went and got a new one on his truck some time ago, but I was going to go the old junkyard route to save a ton of money since I'm hip to that game. And I have found two. I found one that was this exact van. It was a year earlier, a year newer. It had a high top on it, one that you could stand completely up in. Only problem was that you couldn't stand completely up, like on the sides. You could only stand completely up in the middle. The middle was the tallest point, and yes, I got in the van and I stood completely up in it, straight up and down. At 6 feet, I stood straight up and down. So that was nice to do. Uh, and I debated getting it. So I knew it would be some work to get it. I would need some help to get it. Help I did not have in that era. But I could have still figured out a way to get some help. I would have to take it loose, use their motor dollies to latch it on. And then once we get it latched onto the motor dollies, struggle with pulling it out of there. And then we would have to put it on a trailer because it would not be able to go on to a truck. Or we could have swapped it out right there. Go ahead and take the top off this one. Use their tow dollies to remove the top and put it on there. Then it would take some extra. I would have to ask them permission. They would even have the option to say yeah or nay. I'm sure they probably want some extra dollars to do that, but it's as will, there's a way. So man, let me pay y'all a little extra. I can go over here to the side where I ain't nobody's at and do this swap out, and then we'll take we'll get rid of everything, make it look like we never was there before. But needless to say, and the guy didn't want but $100 for the top. Just giving it away. They're gonna crush it anyway. They don't care. And it just went the right timing. I had too much stuff going on elsewhere. I needed to get to this place. It just didn't work out. And it would have been a nice top. I would have been standing in the middle and standing up on the sides. I mean, who stands up against the wall, man? Right? Most cabinets and stuff are there. Your main standing points are gonna be in the middle anyway. So I justified it. Then just 2 weeks ago, I saw another one. It wasn't this exact van, but I think the measurements are the same. And this thing was truly a high top. You could have been 6'4" and stood up in this sucker. This was tall top. I could have had storage area up inside this top. Great high top, and it was flat on the top, which was another thing that would have been great. I didn't even ask them how much it were. Again, I did not have the help. I was in an area. It just, it's not working out for us that concern. But had this would have been the top, because like I said, the other top was not flat. This top was flat on the top. And I would have probably lost a little gas mileage, but I could have added storage racks. I could have added solar panels, 3 solar panels instead of just 2. I would have put a third one on there, straight across, Then had me a storage rack in the front of all that. It would have been all good and flat, so I would have had so many options of storage racks because I had a flat surface. You can basically get any storage rack you want with that flat. I would have had a flat one custom made or something, you know what I mean? Aluminum, the way I wouldn't have to worry about it, you know. And I got the ladder. I could easily reach up there with the ladder. With it being so tall, you're not gonna really have to worry about nobody's stealing an off for the top because they got to have a ladder to get up there for crying out loud. You know, most people don't carry ladders around with them. You might find somebody that do. That's why you go ahead and lock it up there anyway. But it's quite the top. So yes, I have considered a high top. Will I get one? I don't know. We'll just leave that up. If the right circumstances come, the right time comes, the right circumstance happens with the right people in place in the right areas, probably. I can't see why I wouldn't, you know. Um, you know. So, that's pretty much it. Beta Boy Elvis. Who is it? Beta Boy. What kind of name is that? That's a funny name. No PayPal, no GoFundMe, no Super Chat. Right on. Oh, what? Oh yeah, none of that, man. I ain't got none of that. I'm just keeping it real, man. I've done all this without. Well, no, I take that back. I had a GoFundMe at one time, and I appreciate everybody. It helped me do whatever I was trying to do. And I had PayPal before, in the past. People did help out. So I have had help in the past. I must admit I didn't. I'm not gonna act like I never had help. But no, not now, man, no doubt. But I want to thank everybody who did. I'm sure that I don't even know where they're at now. Probably watching somebody else. I would love to find evidence from a rural area. Absolutely, Mr. Busker. You can find them, dude. Just keep looking. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be next week, but you can find them. They pop up from time to time. The only thing about it is being ready when it pops up, man. That's how it is. Being ready when it comes. When it comes, you are ready to get it. That's the thing about it. you know, I've seen outside of that ammo. That was the cheapest one I've seen. I've seen them before for a little bit more. A little bit more. You know, still under 4 grand. This one was just dude was like 2 grand. Then he came out like 1,800. Like I said, it had that fuel. I think it just needed a fuel system, a fuel. You know, he said it was a fuel line. I don't know a lot of stuff about diesel. I don't know how the fuel pumps work and all that kind of stuff. So I just chose not to deal with it. The last thing you want to do is buy something that you got to dump a whole bunch of money into. It becomes a ball and chain to you, a burden. You bought a burden. That's the last thing you want to do. You want to get something and watch it slowly progress into something that you envisioned. But like I said, putting yourself in the right direction. I got to come back to the topic. Pointing yourself in the right direction. Let me finish up about this saw. Now, I plan on fixing that door before Christmas, okay? Now, I want it to be easy as possible. So, we're in a technological age, right? I got a hyper tough drill that has been amazing. It's not my, a corded drill is always going to be stronger than a cordless drill. But just being able to whip that drill out and being able to... What that man? Hold on a minute, y'all. I got some weird stuff going on. A battery or something. Some kind of a data usage warning. Man, give me a break. So this is the deal. Being able to whip that cordless drill out, pop a battery on it, drill what I need to drill, take the battery out, put it up, no cords, no unwinding cord, no finding a power source, all that kind of stuff. That's just incredible. Same thing with the CSR. I want a cordless one. Same company makes one, $40. Cordless, smaller, takes up less space, uses the same kind of battery that the cordless drill uses. So in essence, the battery itself costs $20, right? In essence, I'm buying a battery for $20 and it's off for $20. In essence, in theory, right? In reality, if you look at it that way. So it's a win-win. So I'll be able to get out, take my wood, throw it on a piece of ground, throw it on the grass. I'll be able to make my measurements, pop the battery in, set the blade, make my cut, pop the battery out, put it up, finished. How easy can you get? And I'm sure that won't be the end. I'm sure that won't be the last project because, like I said, I'm considering building a roof box. You know, that will sit inside of the storage rack or roof rack. I don't know if this will happen. I'm considering it. Maybe a partial. Um, there's one thing about it. I don't want to put something that's going to degrade, decay, or leak. Um, if I build a box, I've seen it before. That's why I'm thinking about it. If I build a box up there, it'll have to be, uh, you know, it'll be inside of the rack, so I'll feel secure about it, right? You know, um, but I would still like to add at least bolt, um, two more bolts anchoring it to the roofs. And I hate to keep drilling holes in my roof. I have several holes in it already. But to add the stuff, you have to, you know. And like I said, this is something new, a new idea I got. I thought about just putting the box on one side, like on this side, you know, and it open and close like this. Seal it with some sealant, whatever, just don't keep the water from getting in it. I could keep jumper cables in it. I could keep, stuff like that. Maybe a few tools. Uh, it free up some space for me. It really would. Get some stuff up there. Um, you know, I also thought about building one that went over the whole entirety of the space up there. Just use two eye bolts, big washers bolted directly to the roof, and it just sit inside the rack. Then I could always um, I really wouldn't see no need to even put nothing on the rack at that point. The rack would basically be a centering spot for that big box. You know what I mean? Basically, it rendered the rack kind of useless, other than to, you know, put that in. Hmm. There's something I'm thinking about. Probably never gonna happen. You know, then how it's huge. How would I get it up there? The weight. It's a lot of things I had to consider. How would I open it up? You know. Then I considered. Well, I'm considering it right now. Building a long box on this side and a long box on that side, which would, kind of give me the ability to put some things up in, some winter storage and stuff like that. Just don't know if that's gonna happen though, man. It'd be easy to build a box like that, but two boxes like that, but will they be worth it? Will they be worth it? I think they will be worth it because right now I'm thinking, what am I putting up there? I wanted the rack, true enough, with anticipations of actually putting like the tent up there, but it's way too heavy, so I had to X that out, right? So those boxes, like I said, I could put miscellaneous stuff in there, tools. Uh, they got these big, large storage bags, some winter gear. I could add some locks to them. I've seen Westphalias like that down in South America. Then I'll have that center space with nothing in it, right? So that's the only problem. There'll be nothing in that center space unless I build a one solid box up there. Now, then comes the thing: how do I open it, right? Um, yeah, good question. It would have to have three separate openings. Then I have to have hinges. All that stuff going to be kind of tricky at that point. Um, how would the hinges open? How would the locks lock? I'm thinking right as we're talking. Please forgive me. I'm thinking two long boxes. One on this side, one on the other side. Um, with latches, you know. And then in the center, I would leave that open, you know, just leave it open. It'll just be dead space. Something could go around in there, maybe a sleeping bag or something, but it just be dead space. All I can come up with, unless I build a third box, which I wouldn't see. Well, I could build a third box and put right there, and in the third box, I could actually screw it to keep from putting holes in the roof. Go in the sides of the inside of the other boxes. There'll be three boxes up there, right? And that box we have to open. Um, I wouldn't want to open it from the front. It opened from the back that way, and it could hold something. I don't know what. It'll be empty. A lot of this stuff in here, it could hold stuff like. But then you got the roof. You don't want to, too much weight on the roof. You know what I mean? That roof strong. It supports me, right? Man, I wouldn't want to add no issues like, you know what I mean? So, the box is gonna have weight themselves. That's why I like plastic boxes because I know they're super light, right? And it'd be cool if I could just. You're never gonna find a plastic box though that's gonna be the right height, the right length and width, as you could customize one, right? You're never gonna find that. So, if that's something I'm considering, maybe build one, see how I like it, keep the dimensions wrote down, and then if I like it that much, build another one. Start with the two, and if I like those two on the sides, add one in the middle if it's necessary, right? That's what I might do. Again, point myself in the right direction. you know, because I'm really not happy with my interior space as it is. I feel like I'm a bit cluttered, and I have nowhere to move that clutter. And you can say, well, just get rid of it. Yeah, I get rid of it, but I have thinned myself out to the point where everything I have is basically usable and necessary. There's just a little more space necessary because I'm not getting any more stuff. Okay, I don't see myself getting any more stuff. I have everything. Outside of upgrades and things I already have, you know, maybe a jumper cable box, to get yourself a boot flop, something like that. Uh, I'm gonna downsize my battery. I'm just gonna go back to one battery instead of the two. I'm just go to one good battery, and just keep an eye on that one instead of the dual battery bank, because I don't really see the need in my case for a dual battery. I don't think I just want to deal with one battery. You know, one battery. But those batteries, and that's what I'm working toward. Oh, oh yeah, absolutely, man. Those diesels, no doubt. Panel trucks, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Huh? Oh, RC, was he calling me a beta boy? What is that? I thought he was calling himself one. Let me go back down here and reread this stuff. I don't see nothing. I can't see the messages. Did he delete them? I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm having a hard time understanding the messages. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah, no doubt. No GoFundMe, man. Nothing like that. Yeah, I keep it real, man. I ain't with all that other extra stuff. I just want to spread information. I want to accept information, and I want to share information. You know what I mean? That's all I want to do right now, man. You know, the path has been laid out. The direction is set. The course is set. The path is ready to roll. So that's just one, man. I'm gonna get this saw, man. I'm gonna build up some storage box on top. Like I said, the roof rack was a good idea, but I ain't using it. I need something practical. I need something that I'm gonna use now. I'm not building a lot of stuff for the future. Okay, the tents for the future, kind of sort of right now. Whenever I go, which I'm gonna spend a lot of time in the forest. You know what I mean? So definitely want the tent and the generator. I got my cord to run the compressor fridge off of the generator if I need to, which I will, because in the forest on this side of the Mason Dixon, I think I said it right. It's a lot of forest, and when it's a lot of forest, that means it's a lot of trees. So if you're not out in the Midwest, uh, you don't have as much solar. You're not parked out in the middle of an open area where you can just burn solar all the time. So I oftentimes find myself, even though I got the solar panel, once I get up under the trees running a compressor fridge for about 2 days, my batteries start to get low because they're not getting enough juice filtering through the trees. So even with 200 watts of solar, even though it ain't really 200, they say 200, it's about 100 and probably 180 uh, to be generous. But I can carry gas to get me through those rest of those days, until I get ready to get out in the sun again. Because I park under the shade. With a tent, yeah, I probably could move. See what? Look, with a tent, I could pull out in an open space to get solar, right? Right. So there's always options. You know what I mean? The tent could be in the shade, and we're hanging out, having cold drinks, and the van could be sitting out in the sun, juicing up that solar for a few hours. Yeah, no problem, right? Or if it's a cloudy day, it could be clouds. Could be clouds. Let's not forget those. We can always fire the generator up to charge the batteries, to run the fridge, as long as we got gas. To run out of gas, then you gotta go. Let's say I got 3 gallons. I got 3 gallons. I like to be able to carry 10 gallons of gas, to be honest with you. Just gotta get more storage. Like up top, my real estate up top, I've kept this van low, but I can go up a little higher. Up top, if I had some more room up top, they sell external gas tanks for like outboard motors and stuff. They have the little petcocks on them. You can run to the top of your generator. You can really have a lot more gas, right? I want to carry 10 gallons. I want to be able to carry 10 gallons. I got 3 gallons in here in the uh, what is it? Roto pack, and five. I think that external gas tank is 5 gallons. Now that'll plus the gallon that's in the generator. I always gas it up too. So that'd be 6 gallons of gas. 7, 8, 9. That'll be 9 gallons with the roller packs, the 5 gallon external gas tank, and if I had 2 roller packs, that'll be 6 gallons of gas right there. 7 gallons with the one inside the generator. So I'm at 7 gallons, right? That's 7 days, right, of running consecutively. You know, that's 7 days. 8, 9, 10. 3 more gallons will get me at 10. I don't see myself having 3 rotor packs, even though they do. They mount them all together. That's just too many. 2 is gonna make me look crazy. Really, to be honest with you, 1 more will make me look crazy. I'm thinking I'm gonna just hold on to what I got and figure out a way to get more gas out of the external tank. But uh, um, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I got the external tank, which is 5 gallons, I think it's 5 gallons. That'll be 5. Then the rotor packs 6, 7, 8. Then with the gallon that's in the generator, that'll be 9. That's 9 days. So that's pretty close. I'll roll with that. I'll roll with 9 gallons of gas. 9.5, right? I think that's pretty good. So to store that external tank, since I won't be, like right now, winter time, it's mild out here. I won't be running no generator at all. Even though we had clouds, I'm not running the fridge, so, it's no big deal right now. See, another thing, I have my system hooked up. Again, let me come back to the topic. Setting myself up for the future and the present. Let's not forget the present. Putting yourself in the right direction. If you're really focused on getting there, though, you're trying to go down that path, right? I got my system hooked up from the battery that would actually, with the solenoid, I got the Campbell House. It's a special solenoid you use. It's a certain amperage, 200 amp, something like that. Solenoid. It's a certain kind of solenoid. You just can't throw any kind of solenoid on there. But I got that one mounted. I've never used it. But once I get that new battery, it's gonna run to my battery, so I'm gonna have to run off of solar. And with these cloudy days, I wouldn't have had any sun today, and it would have had to be charged through my vehicle generator, which is called an alternator. You know what I mean. So that would have did it today. And that would have got me through to the next day. You know what I mean. So. That's where 2 batteries will come in handy at, right? Double the juice, right? But I'm just going to go with the 1. It's going to have to work. And we'll put a monitor on it, and we'll make sure, I got a monitor on my solar panel. It'll tell me to charge the battery. You don't want the battery to get under, if you get a 100-watt battery, and you're really getting a 50-watt battery, because you don't want the battery to go under 50%. Unless you get one of those new batteries, which are ultra expensive, but they're ultra cool, that you can drain all the way to 10% like a phone and not hurt the thing, which they are awesome. And they're definitely on my radar, and we'll just see what happens. That's the way to go if you can afford it. That's the way to go if you can afford it. Can't nobody argue with that. Battery that you actually getting the amount of juice that it's saying. If it says you're getting 100, you're getting 100, or you're getting 90. Because I still wouldn't take it under 15% if at all possible. But just the fact that you can go that low. But I heard them batteries kind of finicky. They can't, you take a lot of abuse. So I don't know. I guess a double-edged sword. You live and you learn. But with solar comes some maintenance, And that's just the way it is, man. I'm trying to read some of these messages, y'all. Oh, no doubt. Amps. What did I say? Not amps, not once. Oh, my bad. Yeah, amps. I got confused. Forgive me. Yeah, man. So, well, that's where we at, and like I said, I'm trying to point myself. I'm on the journey too, man. Don't forget that I'm on the journey as well. I'm trying to point myself in the right direction as well. Even though I'm headed in the right direction, I'm still trying to pull myself. I'm not quite where I'm where I want to be, but it's so much more that I haven't seen, done, or even shared. I've been very secretive about a lot of stuff, even though I've shared a lot of stuff. And I try to keep it 100% real to the best of my ability without, you know, cause any. And I got people that I got some people that's crazy or something. I don't know, but so I have to be somewhat secretive to something. But I try to let out as much as I can within reason. I'm a small guy, small town guy, small guy. Um, but I like to just let people know, and I like for people to share things with me as well. Uh, and and I've always wanted to get to the point where I could do some videos and some topics on stuff about specific topics and just get deep in those one specific topic. I'm kind of jumping a lot of stuff. I hit on a lot of different subjects, but like I said, I'm trying to come back and stay on topic with putting ourselves and pointing ourselves in the right direction. I can't say that enough. Like, say for instance, I'm just gonna I keep this on my dashboard. It's a safety vest. These things break down. Mine has broke down several times. So, nighttime, you want to have a safety vest. You don't want to get run over, right? Just little stuff like that. I've considered, well, not considered, this is on my wish list. You ever seen those tow trucks that has those? Okay, if you break down on side of the road, you're on the highway a lot. You break down on the highway. You break down on side of the road. You break down somewhere where there's traffic, right? We're not the only ones on the road. And you want to be visible at night or in the daytime. Um, you know, I was very. I seen an accident one time where people's fatalities is because people broke down on the road and the emergency flashers did not work or something, or something was malfunctioning, and the person ran into the backup right as they were broke down. It was fatalities involved, and it was just very bad. So if that kind of it was some years ago. That kind of put me in a mindset of visibility. You want to be as visible as possible when you break down. A lot of people don't think about stuff. Road flares are a good thing. People see fire, it gets their attention, but road flares don't. They're expensive, but I like them. They got some pretty cool round ones now. But whatever kind you got, uh, I recommend road flares. I recommend road flares. I really do. As well as some lighting, more than just those two tail lights flashing. Man, that's not enough. That's not enough. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. I want to get some of those. It's a bar. It's an LED bar, and it'll fit at the top, either behind my rear solar panel, or right. I don't know how long it is. Right there where my tail light is. It may fit right there, um, or below that, but definitely high. You want it high. And this thing, it can blink. It has its own thing. It can go back and forward. It can blink like crazy. It can do all kind of patterns. It's orange and white. They have different colors. I don't recommend the other colors. I only recommend orange and white. You don't want to get no legal trouble. I recommend orange and white. This is to be nationwide. This is legal. Orange and white, I believe. Or that yellow and white, whatever color it is. I recommend those lights. It costs like $40 for vans and stuff. I recommend those lights for any high profile vehicle that may break down. You think people be paying attention, they'll see you and run to the back of you, but you got so many people that distracted with phones and stuff like that. You want to grab the attention of everybody behind you when you're broke down, to let them know that you're having a problem and to not kill you or kill themselves, you know what I mean, in the process, or maim and destroy, you know what I mean. uh, so you want to definitely get attention, man. You don't want to be any doubt that you're having a situation. And then first responders can get to you. Like if you break down on a major highway, I recommend you call the state troopers. You call the authorities to get them out there so they can give you some assistance until the record gets there. You know what I mean? Because this is life or death we're talking about. And you can't put yourself in the right direction if you're dead. You know what I mean? So, not just your safety, everybody else's safety. They don't understand. A lot of people don't understand this. But you must be safe. And we don't put enough money, time, and energy into keeping ourselves safe, dealing with this traveling stuff and dealing with these vehicles. Even not dealing with traveling, just a basic, like I said, the people that were in the fatality, they really weren't. They were in a car, so it wasn't even like they were in a big vehicle, but they were in a car, you know, and just the way it is. These LEDs will last longer than your emergency flashers. You know why? Because they don't pull as much energy as those regular bulbs. You know, you can turn them on. You have emergency, turn them on. They going. People looking. They see it. They see something's wrong. They flashing. Your emergency lights on. You got their attention. You throw out some flares. They really know it's a problem, so they slowing down. That's what you want them to do. You want them to slow down until you can get this situation fixed. They going about their way. Get the record out there. Get you out the way. Everybody's safe. Everybody goes home. I need to do some specific videos on safety because that's just not being done. And that's a major part of it. Fire extinguishers, all that kind of stuff that you may neglect. Keep those things visible, handy, and ready to roll. You know, stuff like that, It's a lot more than safety than that. Personal safety, you know, situational awareness, all that kind of stuff, you know. And there's just some stuff that I'm going to get into. And while I'm pointing myself in that direction, I want to go in that direction. I really supposed to be doing something right now. I have overtalked. I have stayed here like an hour too long. So I'm going to get ready to get out of here, y'all. I'm going to go on here and see if they got this saw. If they got it, I'm going to commandeer it. And then we're going to, this saw here, I don't know. I guess I'll just donate it on, what is it? What's the site you give away the stuff? Let Go. So I'll be on Let Go with the saw. Okay. Trying to read these comments, man. Thank everybody who showed up. Mr. Musty, Sono Lebs. I hope Sono Lebs, I said that right. A Smooth Operator RC. All y'all who showed up, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for y'all support. Beta Boy Elvis, thank you for your support too, man. Appreciate you showing up. Sir Zachary Duval, Chris, thank you, man. Thank you, everybody. And definitely RC, thank you. I appreciate y'all checking it out. And hopefully I won't be a stranger to this platform like like it happens. But I've set myself up for success. So I got as you can see, the darkness didn't, no, it was a time the darkness would shut me down. Picked up this little ring light. It works great. Just got one of them. It's rechargeable. Dude, I only deal in rechargeable. Batteries rechargeable. The batteries have came so far these days, they'll last so long. They're rechargeable. And hey, just roll with it. Going with all DC. And hey, we're just going to do like that, man. We're going to keep it. I'm going to do some straightening up. I'm going to get ready to do some more downsizing. And I'm going to eat me some sardines. I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to buy some water. I got to do my little list. Got to buy some water. I'm going to get online. I'm looking at my wish list. I got some stuff on my wish list. What I got on there? I just picked up a raincoat. I want to tell y'all, wear a raincoat. Don't get wet and get sick, especially the older we get. Umbrellas, if you got an umbrella, fine. I don't do well with umbrellas because I like to have my hands free. Raincoats sometimes suck because they can be thick, rubber, and hot in the summer. But I'm going to tell you, I picked up this raincoat. Don't nobody out there call me no traitor. I'm an extreme patriot. Anybody who knows me knows that. I'm definitely a patriot of these United States of America. I'm proud to be a citizen of this great nation. Okay? But in saying that, we use a lot of stuff from foreign nations, EU, especially China, right? So I'm sure this light's made in China, this phone's made in China, and this cord, this phone's own made in China, and this Bluetooth I'm on is made in China. So regardless, no, this the benefit of being this great nation, and we can go out and get these things for a very very low price. Market value, and it may get even lower. We hope. Um, but in saying that, everything's good. But I ordered a raincoat. It's here. It's where I'm at. I just hadn't gotten it yet. Matter of fact, I should probably be getting it here within an hour. I had to ship it to a very a dear friend of mine's place because I don't have a place. Uh, but anyway, I'm waiting on pick that up. I got some more things that came there. I'm gonna pick up. I got smoking. What is it? Smoking the barrel. Be safe. Prevent wildfire sticker for the back. I got another thing for my cast iron stove. I keep burning my hand. I'm sick of burning my hand. I'm sick of trying to find a towel or something when I'm cooking to grab the handle because the handle gets so freaking hot. So I got one of those silicone deals. Or I guess Large makes it. I guess I got it online for half the price. It's like $5-6 in the store. I got it for $3. But I got something else. Oh yeah, my lantern. Got my lantern, my camp lantern. It's really for the tent, but I'm gonna use it wherever I want to use it. I'm gonna see how much I like it. If I like it a lot, I'm gonna get another one. It's a LED camp lantern that's rechargeable, 8 hours. So that's decent time. What else I got? I'm sure I got one more thing. I just can't think of what it is. But you know, oh yeah, what I was gonna tell you about the last thing I got a raincoat. I got mixed emotions about this raincoat, but I have the country of the Soviet Union, Russia. Okay, I've spent a lot of time with a Russian. Uh, I used to work with this Russian. Matter of fact, he was my boss actually. He was a Russian, 100% Russian from Moscow. Born and raised in Moscow, Russia, some years ago. Learned a lot from this man, trained with this man. I have to go on record saying he was a decent man, decent human being. Being I'm an extreme patriot, then being lumped into this space with this Russian individual who was also an extreme patriot of his nation. We spent a lot of countless hours together, to be honest with you. And he was, man. We argued to the point where it almost came to a physical confrontation 2 to 3 times, 2 times to be exact. This guy made me extremely angry more than once. But I know at the end of the day, I called him a friend, you know, because, we were both able to overlook our differences. True story, man. His name was Andy. Never forget him. One thing about him, he loved to drink. He loved to drink his whiskey. He drank his whiskey. He drank it every day. Started early in the morning, anyway. And he was a former police officer over there at one time, he says, as well. Anyway, I don't know if I believe that or not. He loved to lie as well. But I don't know, why am I going to this? Okay, this is why I went to that. A little peek into my past. But anyway, I ordered this raincoat. What made me think of him is the raincoat is a uh, uh, military issued Soviet Union raincoat, military issued Russian raincoat from military surplus company. I think they're under Ukraine. I don't know. But I got this thing, man. I got this thing. I hadn't saw it yet. But I feel kind of. I hope it don't have USSR wrote on it nowhere because I'm gonna have to get rid of that. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get rid of that. And I don't know if it got USSR stamped on it anywhere. I didn't see that in the description. But I'm sure it might have some Russian writing on it. I did see some writing literature on it. But this thing is one of their and I don't know what year they issued these to the Russian army. But I figured, hey, these guys deal with extreme weather, and they probably got some quality clothing, true enough, over there. I'm not a turncoat or nothing like that. Don't get me wrong for wearing a Russian raincoat. Uh, this thing's uniquely made. It doesn't have rubber in it. It's breathable. Supposedly, it's made out of canvas, wax canvas. Okay, the double wax canvas, whatever, and that's supposed to be waterproof. Uh, Snow retains a little heat. It's more of a cloak. The way it's designed, I guess when they carried their rifles, it allowed you to be completely under it with only the front of the rifle exposed to where they still could do whatever they were doing with that, and not get wet. And it has a hood on it or whatever. And so, we're gonna try this thing on, and hopefully I like the raincoat. Well, no, we're past that point. We're so past that point, and I don't. Even though I'm a patriot, I don't like being at war with people. It's not something that I reach for, not something that I look for. And, you know what I mean? I look for peace. You know, and true enough, we're not idiots. Don't get me wrong, but we keep an eye on the USSR. I don't consider them the enemy. You know, I don't consider them the enemy. You know, the press likes to spin it that they're the enemy. We're just two proud nations. We've had our differences in the past. We've never really came to blows. To be honest with you, we just we just had differences. Two world powers. Sometimes we have differences. I don't really see them, as the enemy. I'm not gonna say I see them as a friend. I have Andy. He was my friend. The country is a country. The friend of the. I don't know. I'm getting into politics now. I don't want to get into that. It really doesn't matter what they are. You know, we are who we are, and that's all that matters, right? As a nation. Forget whoever they are. Whatever they are, we'll deal with that, whatever, accordingly. But we got to know who we are, and we know who we are. That's a fact. So, in saying that, I got a Russian raincoat. I felt the need to justify. So we're gonna wear the daggum thing, and we're gonna see if it works. Cause I need a freaking raincoat, and I didn't want to get just any raincoat. I want to get a raincoat that was gonna last. I want this to be the last freaking raincoat that I buy. And if it needs re-waxing, then I'll break out the wax, and I know how to wax canvas, and I'll just wax it. I got a canvas tent for crying out loud, so we'll wax that canvas. We'll get it back waterproof if it starts to degrade over time, So, and with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here, man, because I will talk to 12:30, and I know y'all getting tired of looking at my ugly face. So I appreciate everybody showing up, and we're gonna not be a stranger, and we will see you next time. Peace. I guess I'm on YouTube, right? So hey, let me say it. I haven't said it in a while. Like and subscribe. I said that in a while. Like and subscribe and share, right? This video, this chat. I don't have a fire here. I would call it a fireside chat. Maybe I should next time have a lighter where I could have a little lighter or some type of fire, and this could be a fireside chat. But we're gonna get out of here, man. Y'all stay good. I'm gonna give me a battery power song or something like that, so I can cut some wood. I got some wood to cut. We got some building to do. We got some stuff to do, man. Peace. Again, I don't know how to take this ring light off. Let me show you the ring light. That's how it looks, y'all. This is what it's just a ring, right? It clips to the top of your phone and it illuminates you in a wide area. My daughter has some big ones, and they like shine all over the place. But this little one, she's like, it'll work great, It'll be, and it just clips right to the top of the phone. And look, let me show you. When I clip this to the phone, you can't even see it, right? You can't even see it, but it's there. And it doesn't restrict the view. And I advise y'all, if y'all want to do some night chatting, go get you one of these ring lights. Look, it costs like $4. It's rechargeable, and the battery lasts for like 2 hours or something. Like 2 or 3 hours. It's pretty good. I often just stick it up here, and it gives me a little interior light in here to keep from turning on these lights, which are the regular lights, which this one here gives me just enough light where I still can see. Of course, I got 10 on everything. So when I get outside, I still can't really see in here, but I can do whatever I need to do up here. And I want to build a bed across the front of this too. Some kind of way. I don't know how, but I will. Shorter person could lay across here and sleep. It's used to space until that. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, man, because I'm running off at the mouth. And you know why? Look, let me show you why. I'm sure that's why. My nemesis right here. Liquid drugs. Peace out. Let me figure out how to cut this thing off. I don't know how to cut this off. Stay warm. Okay, I stay warm, man. Thank you. I have a good evening. I appreciate y'all too. I guess I just pressed this X, right? Okay, I want to stop streaming.